There we go. All right, we are good to go. How's it going, everybody? How are you all doing? Yeah, my audio wasn't working right. I'm trying to get it going right. Let's see. Okay, got my mic working. Yeah, I'm playing around with the streams. So, you see some changes that are going on. I mean, let me raise the mic a little bit and lower it. All right. Can you guys hear me now? Yeah, so you see, yeah, as you guys see, we're doing some different things. I'm building new stream setups for us and everything, so hopefully, uh, things start looking a lot better for us. As we're doing more live streams, doing more videos, everything like that. So yeah. But yeah, here we are. So I was just saying, Edgar, I feel your pain, man. I'm a network guy, so I've sat in data centers, I've sat in network closets. Yeah, dude, it sucks, man. really feel for you, man. Hopefully, you don't have to be in there stuck in there for too long. Um, and probably, yeah, hopefully, with you know, as we see, maybe later on, as we get a new job, maybe I'll be going back to doing that stuff too. Again, I don't know. Don't play with the stream. It's fragile. It is fragile. At least I'm a little bit more resourceful than Sean is. Not hating on Sean. At least I can figure some things out. But yeah, here we are. We are here doing practice at Mugello. I figured, our last race, I actually practiced for it and actually got a really good result out of it. So why not? Let's do some more practice, work on the setup a little bit, get to know the track. I haven't really done a lot of race time or track time at Mugello. I think the most time I ever did was back when we used to do SRS. We did a race at Mugello, and since then I've maybe done a couple laps here and there as the track came out on iRacing. So a lot of learning ahead. This track is, I love this track. This track is a really great track. It's a very nice and fast flowing track, and but it's got elevation changes. It's got corner chicanes. It's got almost everything there. Terry. Hey, buddy, long time no see. Hope you're doing good, man. I don't know. Like my first race that I didn't practice. I didn't do too well. Luckily, that was we were doing Zandvoort. I only time I did practice was the official practice session. Did terrible. And then for the last race, I actually practiced and I came in fifth, and I could have been more in the podiums if I didn't have a couple of mess ups. And so hopefully I can build upon, what we were building starting the last race and going further and actually challenging for podium, even maybe for wins later on as we go on into the season. Uh, Sean is old. He's still an analyst. I think at some point I probably need to fly to where he's at and actually like update everything that he has. Like I'm just gonna give him a shopping list of things to do and make him buy it, and then just fly down there and hook everything up for him and make it work for him. uh, maybe we can do that sometime, maybe in the summertime or whatnot. Because I do got a trip I do need to make to the States this summer, so maybe I can swing out and visit Sean and like, hey, bro, we're gonna redo all of your stuff and make it better. I mean, is he? I hope he's not watching me talking all this smack about him. Um, but yeah, I mean, so like, just giving like before we get onto the track, just giving you guys a little recap of um, good seeing you too, Terry. Really good seeing you, man. We really miss you in the sim pit, man. Um, hopefully we get to see you back again one day. What was I saying? Yeah. So first race at Zandvoort, I didn't do too well at all. I was sliding all over the place, and I ended up fighting with one of the other drivers, end up hitting the back of him, and what I thought should have been a clean pass, but it was actually my fault after the review. And from there, my race was just done. I was out of my zone. I was angry. I was frustrated, and it just kept on making one bad decision after another. And so, and essentially that's what Sean came out with a video. That was exactly what happened to him at Imola. But for me, for Imola, you know, we sat down, we practiced, got some really good lap times in. You know, on the stream, we had Joa, we had Neil sitting there and guiding me along as we were doing some parts of this track, really helped me with my lap times. And then we go into the race, and second to last corner, I ended up making a mistake that dropped me all the way to the back, but we got back on and we fought and we fought and we fought, and ended up finishing in 5th place. And my lap times at that point were really considerably, you know, on par with the top 3. So for me, that's where I'm like, all right, I'm going to put in some more practice, and now this is here what we're doing. So hopefully, again, we're going to build upon it, and we're going to now go out on track. We're going to see how Mugello is. Again, I've done a couple laps. I really enjoyed him. It's a difficult track to nail right. You can drive the track. It's easy to drive, but to actually maximize your speed, that's a whole other story in itself. So, all right. We've already got a setup loaded, so we're going to go out. We're going to get on prep. We're going to get out on track. And let me change the scene. Why is iRacing not popping up? Let's get that fixed. Ah, there we go. It is, Terry. It is, man. That's what's pushing me more and more to actually do more practice than I usually do. So, all right, let's get out there. Yeah, we are, Terry. We're running, so yeah, the pros are running LMPs, LMP3s, and then the, whoa. See, right there, we're sliding, and we hit. And now it doesn't want to reset. Come on. Why is it not wanting to reset? We're pressing it. Yeah. I don't think we really had any damage. Alright, let's up our brake bias. Yeah, Chuck's in here. He's not on track yet, though. We got Carl, he just connected. Yeah, with the LMP3s, and I think because I had the wrong brake bias, with the LMP3s, man, if you don't have the brake very far forward, you're really gonna lock your rears. Can you guys hear me, or karaoke bulky? Or is it too low, or do I need to raise the volume a bit? So we're going to take a couple laps, we're going to take it a little easy as we warm up the tires, and then we're going to press. Okay, you guys can hear me. Alright, good, good. Well, Callum, I know you're not here for the sound. You're just here for the jiggles. Took too much curbing and we cut the corner and a slowdown. That's the one part. That's the one part of the track I don't really like about this is you really have to get it right. All right, there we go. Okay. It's just like this corner, I can cut it so much, but then like other parts of this track, I cannot cut, or you get a slowdown or an off track. But that chicane, it's like you don't even really treat it like a chicane. I know Carl was going to be flashing and jumping ahead of me. Yeah, we're going to have to all watch out for Carl. A little off track there. It's like we can cut here so much. The thing with the LMP3 is like it behaves a lot like the GT1 cars, where it looks like it's an aerodynamic car, and sometimes it is, and sometimes it isn't. Like going through the corners, you've really got to let it be patient with it. You've got to let it churn by itself, or yeah, just like with the GT1 cars, it's not like where it's like most of the downforce cars where it's just going to churn because of all the massive downforce. It's not really fast enough like that to do that. Slow down there. We cut too much of that corner. It's alright, it's practice. We're trying to learn the limits of this track, of what we can and can't do for the actual race. And this is where it's going to be hard. I think it's going to be really hard with this track because it's a fast flowing track, a lot of chicanes. Like trying to pass the amateur cars is going to be really tough. So it's really going to require patience on a lot of people's part. Here we go. We're gonna start this lap. We're gonna try to do good on this lap. That unsettled the car hitting the curbs. Real? That is very true, Callum. I'm not really too happy with how the car is behaving. It's a little understeery. Ooh, that is a question there, Terry. All right, next round we're gonna go into the pits. We're gonna practice our pit entry. Oh, okay, Ugbaliki, thank you for the tip, man. Appreciate it. Oh, we appreciate it, man. Always trying to make things good for you guys. See, like, for example, here, if we come up on against a car. Bye, Carl. So while we're sitting here, I'm getting ready to go into pits. Make sure I have the right setup on. So we've had a lot of news that popped up in sim racing. We saw that.
Hey, fix your mic in here. You're not talking.
Yep, got that. Am I muted now?
I sure wish you were.
Yeah, sometimes I wish I was too, buddy. I'll do that next time, Callum. I will do that next time. There we go. Alright, so make sure we got the right setup on. I don't think I have the right setup on. New. Where are we at? So we're gonna try this one first. I remember I did do some changes to it. Yeah, diff preload, that was way too much diff preload. All right, I'll do that. So yeah, I was saying before, so like a lot of news that happened, or big news that happened in sim racing. Fanatec, lots of changes at Fanatec. Thomas is no longer the CEO there, and now Motorsport Games too. Motorsport Games has kind of talked about how they might not have the budget to continue on for the rest of the year, according to some of the financial stuff that are out there. What is your guys' take on that? So here we go. I'm gonna wait for him, Callum. Fanatec. Just for you, Callum. I'm waiting for him. Oh, he came into the pits. Dang it. I mean, I think they will, Terry, like, because, I mean, at least not Motorsport Games, but Studio 397, I'm really concerned about, like, what would happen to them, because LMU is a really, really great sim. And it'd be a shame for them to not be able to finish what they started with it. Oh, this feels a lot better now. Are you going to be the new CEO, Callum, of Fanatec? Fanny. I'm looking at your guys' chat instead of being on the track. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be profit to be made out of... I mean, at least with the Studio 397, if another publisher or developer picks them up. I mean, there's a lot of really good guys that work over at Studio 397. Alright, so here we go. We're going to take this corner. We're going to go as wide as we can. Brake. Stay in third. Because if we go in second, we're getting a little bit of too much wheel spin. And we hit the grass there, spinning at us out a little bit. I mean, because, yeah. See, I actually don't want EA to pick them up, though. I mean, it's kind of like it's like they gobble up these little studios, like they gobbled up Codemasters, which used to make some pretty decent engines, but now, what do? Now they're stuck using Unreal Engines for their Sims. Oh no, exactly, Sven. I mean, I watched the interview that they did with Thomas, with Kirith. He did the interview with Thomas, and a lot of it was just him blaming everybody else but himself for the issues that were going on. And for me, like, again, like, because I've been a person that's been in charge of projects, it's never, the failure's not just the failure of the people that are underneath you, it's your failure also. And for me, it seemed like he was just shifting the blame on everybody but himself. And to me, like, yeah, to me that I guess like if I'm a person that's investing money into that kind of company, like I'm not gonna want that person to be CEO anymore. Like you need to have somebody that's there at the top that's gonna own up to their mistakes and find better ways of doing things. And it didn't really seem like he was doing that. He was just trying to come up with every excuse there was in the books. And yeah, and I guess like in the end, like it came back to bite him in the ass. I mean, he's not going to go anywhere. I mean, yes, he's not going to be the CEO anymore, but he's still, I mean, he's not going to be involved in the day-to-day operations and everything. He will still have some sort of say since he's the majority owner of Fnatic. Alright, so we did a 43.9. We're getting better. And interesting to me is like, you know, they still haven't announced a new CEO yet, but they, you know, if you guys saw recently, I think it just came out today, where they announced a new cockpit, you know, Fnatic CSL cockpit that you can pre-order or buy. I can't remember if you can pre-order or buy it, but yeah. I mean, so funny you say that, James. So last year when I went to the expo, I actually stayed in the same hotel Thomas was at. And you want to know what he was driving? He was driving an Aston Martin F1 edition. So I mean, so you know what he was spending his money on. Yeah, it does. Not gonna know. I think I had a little too much. I took away too much preload. So we're gonna bump that back up a little bit. Actually, I'm gonna do this. We're gonna see. I feel like it's still a little understeery in little spots.
Okay, go.
Come on, Carl.
I'm making a coffee. Good answer, Chuck. He's a little lonely out there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll be lonely on Sunday too.
I'm sure Sean will keep you company.
If he keeps doing what he did last week, hell yeah. We can alt F4 together.
There you go, man.
I'd say over under Sean in the fence lap 6.
I'm gonna park here real quick. So I need to adjust the chat because I can't really see you guys too well. There we go. Later, James. I'm sure, I mean, they're gonna have to start changing. Oh. Yeah, Fanatics is gonna have to start changing. There's no way they can continue operating at the way they did. I mean, there was massive failures on so many different levels, from, you know, from manufacturing, the shipping, the distribution, logistics, all that sort of stuff that they need to fix. And I kind of felt like their priorities weren't straight. They focused way too much on marketing and advertising versus building a stable platform where they can push out their products as fast as they could. I think that's like a big no-no, really. Like, yeah, I mean, what's the point of having all the marketing in the world if you can't get your products out to people? Or make sure that you're giving them good products. Just whew. I need to readjust.
Oh, I come back out on the track and now you wreck.
I didn't wreck, I just pulled to the side. Let's get back, Terry. Oh, Callum, man, that's harsh. Tell people to do that. Yep, I got the black flag. I don't know yet, Joe. So I've been getting a 43. I think my fastest lap right now is a 43.7. Chuck did a 44.0. I guess my goal is to get into the 42s if possible. Just messing around, doing some setup work right now. I'd say, why aren't you in here, Joa? All right, here you go. You ready for it, Callum? Move, peasant. I did say it! Alright, I'll do better next time, Callum. I want to make sure I get a 10 out of 10. Here we go. What kind of lap time can we do here? Alright, I'll do that next time. Be more like, move, peasant. Something like that. Alright, we'll do that next time. Alright, yeah, this setup feels a lot better. Like, I still want to fight that urge, like, me thinking that this is it's an LMP car, right? It's a hypercar, it's a prototype, well, not a hypercar, but it's a prototype car. Like, I just want to, like, ring it and mash it through all the corners and just let that downforce do its job, but, I can't really do that with this car. I've got to be patient. That was more like a curious hipster. Okay. I mean, I've got 11 seconds on him so I can practice it. Move, peasant! Something like that. I can't do that. I don't want to be canceled. Move, you peasant!
I had no idea you were actually behind me there.
Alright, so how do we do this lap? Okay. Ah, Terry, it's the newest game by Studio 397, the guys that made R Factor 2. It's supposed to be following the WEC seasons. Let's see what we do here. I know, right? Typical GT4 guy. Hey, Simon. Alright, so that got us to 42. There's a 42.9. Now the big thing is we gotta eliminate all these off tracks. That's what kind of done me in last race too. Yeah, dang it, we went wide there. I messed it up. Lost all the time that I gained. It is, man, you've really got to be on par with the track flow with this. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, Joa. Next time, call him Blinky McBlinkface. I used too much curbing, slid the car a little bit. Yeah, if I catch him, I'm gonna say, "Oi, Blinky, move your ass!" Something like that. Ah, whoa, 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 whoa. I just got a little too impatient there, and I let the car go too wide. If we can catch him again, I mean, we will. It's probably gonna be another couple laps before we do. Oh, damn. See? That's one of the quick guys there. How much faster was he? Yeah, he was 300th of a second faster. All right. If you never had, I would be in the water. That could be true. I will give you some part of that. Be patient. There we go. We were patient. Gained a lot of time. Let's see. All right, we're going a little bit faster. All right, that gives us a 42.7. Off tracks, come on. I mean, these tires are getting old though too, so I think we only got maybe 7 more laps. Get off the beach. But I like the beach. What's wrong with the beach? See, in Sector 2, just did the purple, so that was faster than Simon there. Too slow on the throttle. All right, Anakin. Yeah, I'm getting at a point where I can really feel the tires now. Don't want to be as cooperative. And then once we do these last couple of laps, we'll come in and see what our tire wear was. Because we went through all of Imola. We did an hour and a half of Imola without changing tires. Oh, Carl left. First off track at that chicane. It's alright, we're learning. Much better exit out of this turn. I see smoke. And Simon's going a little slow. Too much going in there. Yeah, I can already start feeling these tires not wanting to move. Don't. I mean, yeah, that part, you know, that's where sand gets everywhere in places you don't want it to go. go. Alright. I mean, Joe, are you going to be able to race Sunday or no? Oh, okay, man. See what we can do with this lap. Come on, buddy. All right, we're back in first place. On-worn tires that are just being really crappy to deal with. Almost lost it there. I know we're probably a little crazy streaming this right now instead of streaming Nords and ACC because I feel like everybody's doing Nords at ACC right now. Well, Nords is like, it's like, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed Nords for ACC. They did a really, really good job bringing that track to life on ACC. Which I think was good, really good. What is ACC? See, I'm paying attention to chat. I'm paying attention to you, Callum. I get an off track. Yo, Assetto Corsa Competizione. That's ACC. That is Nürburgring Nordschleife. That's the track that you love the most, Joa, right after Bathurst. But now, yeah, going back to like, I tried it. I mean, if you like driving on Nords, if you really enjoy the track, yes. You do need it. It's a really great track. Kunos did a really, really great job making that track and building it and making it feel lifelike. Or I'm looking there. Making it feel lifelike. Especially as it's starting to get darker, you're starting to see, you know, the lights changing. Start seeing the Ferris wheel. You know, the lights flickering where everybody is camping. Making really that track feel, you know, really alive. I would say the only reason it's better, Callum, is because it's probably the most up-to-date Nords that's out there. And that's the only way I'll say that the ACC Nords is better. In terms of feeling and driving on the track, R Factor 2 is way better, for sure. Because with R Factor 2, they do, like, I mean, both of them do it to a really good degree. But with R Factor 2, like, you really get a really good sense of speed. And the elevation changes with, you know, with R Factor 2 and the force feedback. I think that's where R Factor 2 would beat out ACC is in terms of force feedback. Yes, I 100% with you there, Joe. I am 100% there with you. And I've heard a couple streamers say like, "Oh, this is how you should do DLC." I'm like, wait, like, iRacing's been doing that for you know, for well over a decade now. Like, you know, charging you like $9 to $12 per the track. Like, that really weirded me out when I heard some people commenting about it that way. I like. And the one thing I'll give iRacing over ACC is you didn't just get one layout of the Nürburgring, you got multiple layouts. Because with the ACC version, you only get the full 24-hour version. You don't get like the Touristfahrten, the two other 24-hour layout versions, and anything like that. All right, we're gonna have to pit here. No, I'm right there with you 100%, Joa. Yeah. Whew. But yeah, going back to it, Callum, I think if you want to be immersed when it comes to the elevation changes and everything, yeah, the R Factor 2 version is better. I'll say that. But if you want something to where you feel the track is more alive, then I would say the ACC version is, because that track changes. And one thing I liked about it, and I think I said it in my video too, is that you see how the track evolves in different parts of the track. Like when I started going to the forest area, and it was a little bit later at night, you start seeing the fog descend into the forest area. So I really like that. I really enjoyed that part of what ACC did, because the other sims don't do that really, where the temperature is mostly the same. I don't know about iRacing now with its new weather system, but at least with ACC, like, you see how the track changes depending on which part of the track you're at. Was it? If AC2 becomes a sub-base game, people say, "Wow, that's a great idea." That way you can have online servers. I mean, it is going to be called. I mean, it's not AC2. It's Assetto Corsa Evo. So be careful. You know, you can't call it Assetto Corsa 2 anymore. Then Josh will get right all on you about it. Yeah, they've been, and that's the thing. Like, I'm kind of worried about, like, looking at with Assetto Corsa 2 is there really hasn't been a lot of information coming out about the game or anything like that. We're supposed to get it, you know, if I'm not mistaken, this summer, and it's already April, and we haven't really heard any news about it. At least with like, you know, with comparing it to like a most up-to-date title, we had Le Mans. Le Mans was constantly like, you know, a couple months out, they were giving us information like, hey, you're gonna have this car, you're gonna have this car, you're gonna have this track. Whereas we haven't heard anything at all from Assetto Corsa 2, and especially with its parent company that's been in financial trouble issue too. Their parent company is in financial trouble too, so rumor is that Assetto Corsa Evo might be pushed to later in this year. You know, we're not sure because I know the guys at Kunos had to lay off some people over the last year because of the financial issues the parent company's been dealing with. Rui Silva, iRacing's game engine starting to show its age. There's a lot of pop-ins. It is, yeah. iRacing's not. I mean, iRacing is old. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's a lot of pop-ins on this track. I mean, I think, I don't know. I haven't really been paying too much attention, to be honest, to see what. Yeah. All right. So we tried this setup. I liked this one, so we're gonna save this as version 1.0. I mean, is that true now with the rain though? Like, I don't know. I haven't really been paying attention to a lot of the forums. If people with their potato PCs have been able to run iRacing in the rain. I know for some people, like for me, I noticed I was losing about 10 frames, and it's on a 4090. I lost about 10 frames when it's raining. I don't know how it is for the people that are running, you know, less powerful PCs. Yeah. Try this. On a yeah, again, Joe, like, to be honest, like, I don't know if this is gonna make sense to people. For the ones that are watching, like, for me, like, I normally don't do a lot of officials on iRacing to begin with, but I like with the rain now in iRacing, like, yes, they did a great job with it. It's probably the best rain system that's out there on any of the sims that are out there, but that completely killed my motivation to want to race in iRacing officials. Like for like times where I think about like, oh, I just want to jump in, or I'll just hop into a practice session and do a couple practice laps and have some fun there, like without getting into the actual races. But now, like, I don't want to have anything to do at all with iRacing officials because of the rain. I don't know. I don't know if it's if you guys. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. In the you can, which I mean, you can't. Yeah, with the cars that are rain compatible. Yeah, like most of those sessions are always going to be rain. And from when I'm watching other people, like when I'm watching their streams, it just seems like the rain is static. Like it doesn't change. Like they showed us all these videos of like how the rain, it changes from dry to wet to to dry again and things like that. But it feels like every time I watch a streamer, it's just raining. Like, I know they've lessened the rain, and maybe I'm just complaining. I don't know. Maybe I'm just complaining. But no, for me, like, I don't feel like doing iRacing officials at all anymore. I don't know. That was like my big reason. Like for me, like I didn't say anything to a lot of people. I just check my phone real quick. Yeah, like I didn't. One of the reasons I didn't do the last endurance race is because I didn't want to deal with the rain. Sorry, just typing a quick message. Yeah, and this is what it feels like, Joa. I've kind of noticed that anytime I watch anybody, yeah, right. And that's what it kind of feels like to me. Is like a rain shouldn't be something that happens all the time. It should be one of those rare anomalies. I'm watching F1, watching WEC, watching, like, it doesn't rain a lot in those sims, but it feels like it's always raining in iRacing. Ah, Simon got into the 41s. Well, like I've heard from quite a few people too that the minute they see that there's rain in the session, they just up and quit too. And so, and I've said this before on the streams, is I wish iRacing took the time to fix the things that needed to be fixed in the sim before bringing rain into the sim. I mean, I don't think there was that big of a group that was saying, we need rain, we need it now. They should have been focusing on tire model. They should have been focusing on FFB before they even thought about doing rain. I mean, like I say, like iRacing is probably my preferred sim of choice now, but that doesn't mean I can't see some of the glaring issues that are in iRacing. Oh, I don't know, Joe. I haven't tried it. I mean, I doubt it was going to be much better anyway. I mean, I do need to probably go in and try it again, but every time I go and try it after each update, like, nothing changes with it, really, to be honest. They're like, I don't know. Like, I watched their video that they came out with, talking about the future of the roadmap of Rennsport, and they talked about everything except for the important parts, which were the physics, the tire model, you know, bring in triple screen support, bring in VR, you know, being able to change the setup of your car. They didn't really talk about that. They're just like, oh, hey, we're gonna bring this, we're bringing that, but to me, like, I just, like, it really disappointed me. Like, why should I even bother it when you guys aren't even focused on making the, you know, the drivability of the sim better? Racing just gets boring for me. I don't like the FB or the way it's a sub, but not really a sub-based system. Well, that's because, Callum, you're using a I almost said it, but you're using like a potato DD wheel. Come on. Yeah, Rui Silva, take care, buddy. Right? And that's my thing too, man, is like, how is it that, you know, and this is something like a knock on iRacing when I compare it to Le Mans Ultimate. So with Le Mans Ultimate, like, their system recognizes when you hit a car or a car hits you. And it assigns, you know, so for example, if you hit a car, it gives you like a 4x, let's say, for example. But then if another car hits you, you get a 2x, and another guy gets a 4x. It's like, why is it so hard for iRacing to do that? You shouldn't need a D. Well, you don't need a DD wheel to play iRacing. I mean, for the longest time, I was using a Logitech GFGT and it felt great. I think the issue is between the seat and the wheel when it comes to you. Nah, I think the problem is just you, Callum. Me and Joe have both have said that to you. Weak sauce. Ah, dang it. Dang, sausage curbs. I mean, no, I'll admit, Cal, like, the problem you get with iRacing is all the cars are, jeez Louise, 40? All the cars have their own force feedback, and not all of them are the same. So, like, for example, I'll say, you know, like, if you drive, like, the slowest, for example, that car is gonna feel dead. Like, you're not gonna feel anything with that car. But like when I feel like, for example, when I'm driving this car, like the force feedback is great. No, and that's what I'll say the problem with iRacing is when it comes to its force feedback. Is not all the cars are the same. Or don't feel the same. Oh, alright, 42 flat. That is nowhere near Simon doing a 40 flat. I don't know how he did that. I don't understand that comment there, Callum. Like, how do you, like, you want to be told what the car is going or doing, not trying to be real, but shouldn't the force feedback be real in order to know what is going on? And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to defend iRacing's force feedback, because I don't think it has the best force feedback. I'm just trying to understand your point a little bit better, that's all. Ah, dang it. I did not want to shift like that. So G7 gives you this weird effect when the car is locking up under steering. That's how... So iRacing does it, but I think... So, I mean, they're using two different kinds of feedbacks. Force feedback. And I think this is what I see from a lot of people when they're switching from sims and everything like that, is every sim does their force feedback in a different way, right? And now it's a matter of how can your brain translate that force feedback. So like you're used, for example, let's use Assetto, Corsa, or ACC. You're used to how that force feedback is in that title, for example. And when you go into iRacing, which is completely different, it's going to throw you off, right? So it's just something that you have to like get used to, or train your brain like, hey, this is, so when I lock up my fronts, for example, giving me understeer, this is what this sim does. And I think like what's probably happening with you is you're like, well, this is how I feel. This is how I feel understeer should be in a sim, because it's how I felt it in the, you know, sim B or sim A. I mean, there's a difference between there's a difference between where you're feeling something different in a sim, for example, for understeer, like you're getting a different kind of feeling versus where how to describe it, where, for example, the sim is giving you like dirty force feedback, like it's giving you a couple of different, you know, signals at the same time. It's not differentiating them. It's not giving you something that's strong enough, or I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to describe it correctly. Because like, and I'll say like, because there's some sims, like for example, like we'll say, you know, where should you be getting the most proper force feedback on your steering wheel? Should it be from the wheels? You know, should you be feeling the force feedback from the wheels into your actual wheel, or should it be coming from the steering column? Or should, you know, so there's, you know, there's people that argue for both, or argue for and against both. Like for me, like I'll get used to any sim, you know, with this force feedback, if it's giving me very different, you know, differentiating force feedback for understeer, oversteer, brake lockup, things like that. I can get used to the sim, I can get around a sim like that. But once I'm in a sim that's giving me dirty signals, like it's mashing all this force feedback into like one mesh of a blob, that's where I kind of have an issue. But again, I think that where, again, like Callum, I think that's where it comes down to the kind of cars that you've driven. Like, yes, there are cars that have a very dull force feedback. In iRacing, I'll give you that 100%, but then some other cars give you some really, really good force feedback. My tires now are starting to fail me. Yeah, but so like the only reason you would use IRFFB is if you're using a non-DD wheel. Like, IRFFB doesn't do anything for DD wheels. Yeah. Yeah, literally, and that's really the only time, Calum, I would say for people to use IRFFB is if they have a non-DD wheel. If they're using on a DD wheel, it's pointless, really. Take a little break after this. Whew. Take a little bit of a break. Catch up on your guys' conversation.
Right here.
It's not lag, it's iRacing's netcode. Oh.
That's it, go.
Ooh. The fake 360 hertz? Is it, yeah? be honest, for me, like, I never thought iRacing's FFB is as bad as some people have made it out to be. I don't like. Is it the greatest? No. But it's not equally as bad as like some when I hear from other people too. It's for me, like, it gets the job done. Like, I know exactly what's going on with the car, with the force feedback, and I think that's probably the most important thing is me being told what the car is doing through the force feedback. Oh, just needed to calm down a little bit. I'm gonna put it on. Is there anybody on track? There you go. We'll put it on. We'll put it on this guy as we're just sitting here chatting for a little bit. I need to relax for a little bit. Besides FB is only my second worst thing about it. Well then what? Yeah, I mean, but it's still not bad. Yes, it's 60 hertz compared to the other guys that are out there, but it's not bad. To where like you don't know what the car is doing. I still know what's going on in the car. You know, when things are happening. Yeah, but again. Yeah, see him out on track. See what he's doing out there with his mobile livery. I mean, yeah. I mean, like for me, I'll say now the best force feedback I feel in any sim out there is, you know, R Factor 2 / LMU. And that's just me. That's just a personal thing. I'll say. I think, and the other sims FFB is all right. Woola. Like ACC is not bad. ACC is good, to a degree. AMS2 is FFB's pretty good once you get everything dialed in. I don't know. I haven't tried Race Room in a very long time, so I don't know how good. I can't remember how good their FFB is. I mean, yeah. The only thing, like, the biggest thing. And it's, yeah, Joe. I mean, that's where I think, like, it's just. I think, like, where it comes down to nowadays is just personal taste. Like, it's the same thing. Like, I kind of. I don't want to say it's not the same thing, but it's at this point, like, it's the. Like when you're you know, for example, two people are using a SimiCube motor, you know, for direct drive. One guy's like, "Oh, I've got the best settings ever for my wheel," and then another guy's like, "Oh, I've got the best, mine are greatest," and you try them both, and they're both, to you, feel terrible. And this is where, like, I don't like when people. I'm not a big fan of people sharing those, like, their, you know, like, for example, their wheel setups, because what feels good to me is going to feel terrible to someone else, and what's good to someone else might feel terrible for me. You just gotta be able to, you just gotta adjust it to the way you feel, like what you think the car should be acting and behaving and doing. For motion, what do I like the best? To be honest, like I'll say, I mean, and Luke's just joined the chat on this. It really comes down to how you dial it in. Really, with my setup, I mean, motion feels great in all the sims that I've tried. I know exactly what's going on. I just gotta switch, you know, to the profile. Yeah, like I wouldn't, like, for example, like I wouldn't suggest somebody using like an iRacing motion profile, like for example, to play AMS2, because it's gonna feel weird. Same thing with your direct drive force feedback settings. It's gonna feel weird. So yeah, I know, right? Coincidence, man. So you gotta make sure you set it up correctly to make sure that you're getting the similar feeling from out of the sims out there. You got different profiles to get that similar feeling out of your motion. I mean, you've seen me streaming, so you've probably seen my hair jiggle a little too much, you know, playing LMU at Sebring, compared to iRacing Sebring. But I think that's just down to the nature of how Studio 397 built the telemetry output for that title. It's like people saying Musa DD is good. So that raises a question there, Joa. If Fnatic or Fanatec, if they go away, what happens to Moza? I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna let you guys assume what I'm saying or thinking, but just something to think about, especially for you, Callum. But no, going back onto the motion thing, I think if when a motion company does their motion correctly with how it reads the telemetry from a game, you're gonna get good motion out of all the sims that are out there for the most part. Of course, you got to change. You got to change settings, dial things in, or if they have profile sharing, you use the profiles that they show, and then you can adjust it to your liking, the way you like it. I think Race Room has some of the best for track stuff, but BeamNG is the best for trying to get it feeling like a normal car. I don't know. I think when it comes to tracks, and I'm talking about official tracks, not modded tracks, official tracks, I think R Factor 2 does it the best. Just personal opinion. But then yeah, BeamNG when you want it to feel like a normal car, because BeamNG is more of a, I want to say it's a game simulator. It's a physics simulator where they're simulating the physics of the suspension, tires, brakes, more things like that. Yeah, I remember now that you say it, Joe. I do remember you saying that. I do remember you saying that. I mean, yeah, they're gonna have to do their own R&D. I mean, yeah. Not saying anything else on that topic anymore. For me, actually, dude, like, so here, I'll say, so here you go. This will say something that makes you a little bit happier. In terms of tracks, I would say R Factor 2 is probably for me, number one. Then I will say, it's close between AMS2 and Race Room. So, you know, those could be number 2, number 3 interchangeably. Then I would say Assetto Corsa, both Assetto Corsas, and then last would be iRacing. Yeah. I know. The iRacer fanboys are gonna grab the pitchforks on me now. And I only say that because of the vibe of the track. Like, yes, iRacing makes wonderfully detailed tracks, but sometimes I feel like the vibe is missing. Like, just the what makes a track feel alive is kind of missing. And I don't know if it's because of the colors that iRacing uses or anything like that. But to me, the tracks in iRacing feel a little bit static or dull, bland, compared to the other titles that are out there. Where, yeah, like I feel like with everything going, with the other Sims do, like I feel like there's a track evolution, or changes that are going on the track that make it feel a little bit alive. And not talking about like when it comes to the driving, but just like the overall atmosphere. Where I think iRacing is kind of lacking on that a little bit. Yeah. But again, my own personal opinion. This is, you know, my opinions are, you know, the Simpet does not endorse my opinions or anything like that. No, I'm not. I'm not. And I know what you're insinuating, Callum. I'm not gonna comment on that, but I will say, like, no, I'm not a fanboy. I will give, you know, even though I'll say, like, for example, like right now at this point in time, like iRacing and LMU are my top sims that I like and I really enjoy driving and having fun in right now. The other sims, they have their, you know, all sims, they have their pros, they have their cons, and just go find what sim you like and enjoy and race it, drive it, have fun in it. Like, don't spend your time. Don't spend your time, you know, going out there and trying to defend your sim of choice and saying mine's the best, and without listening to the views and you know, the opinions of other people. Because again, like what feels good to me, for example, in iRacing is going to feel terrible to someone else. And what feels good to them in LMU is going to feel terrible to me. And then it just comes down to, what are you wanting? Yeah, what are you wanting out of a sim? What do you want? Do you want competition? You know, or do you just want to go out and hot lap and have some fun? Do you want to race against AI? Just find what sim that you enjoy and have fun in and enjoy it. You know, find a like-minded community that enjoys what you like to do and have fun with them. Like, there's, yeah, Lucas, like, just the fun factor is the most important part. Don't waste your time doing things that's not enjoyable. Like, I feel like when you have to go out and defend your own sim religiously, like, it makes me feel like subconsciously you know there are things that are wrong with it, but you're refusing to acknowledge it. And, like, you know, I can see that, for example, and let's see, like, all right, I'm picking on the iRacers here because, for example, like iRacers, because this is an easy thing to say, where like you get the hardcore iRacers, they will defend iRacing tooth and nail, regardless of the flaws that it has. And I think that comes down to because of the amount of money they've invested in it. You know, if you think about it, if you go out and buy all the content in iRacing, you're spending thousands and thousands of dollars to get all that content. And now that you have all that content, now you're paying the monthly subs and everything like that. Now you feel like you have to play that sim, you know, regardless of if it's good or bad, because you've invested so much money, so much time into it, that now you're kind of forced to defend it, even though you could be in the wrong depending on what you're trying to defend. So like instead, just enjoy it, have fun with it, you know, be in your own little bubble enjoying it, and don't feel like you have to go out and defend it to somebody that doesn't like the sim that you're enjoying. Yeah. Well, Callum, I mean, you've already proven you're wrong because, one, you're a Moza user, so your opinions and views do not count. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And so, like, and just play whatever you like, and I feel like, yeah, people have to just go out and say things either to stir up controversy, one, or to, like, because they're unhappy with their own choices, I guess. I mean, you do a better job than him, Callum. You probably would. I don't have to worry because Josh doesn't watch me streaming, so. This is a safe space. This is a Josh safe space. You probably would have been better off, Callum, to be honest. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. For the people that are Moza users, I am only joking. I'm only messing around with Callum. It's all out of good fun, guys. Yeah. But yeah, going back to just play whatever game or whatever sim you enjoy. If you enjoy Race Room, play Race Room. If you enjoy ACC, play ACC. There is no right or wrong when it comes to the sims that are out there. Now, if Callum's giving you option, you know, telling you what you should be playing, do not listen to him at all. All right, let's do. I don't know if I should be changing anything. I don't really feel like I should change anything with the car. It already feels good as it is. Yeah. So we'll do go out. We'll do one last run. Yeah, Colin, if you take off hardcore damage off of Rally, then I'll come and play it. But if you're not going to do it, I'm not playing it because that's unrealistic. But I will make one point, Cal, and this is something that you'll probably agree on. I think everybody should experience jiggles in their rig. I mean, no, if you drive off a cliff, you should be dead. Jiggles do make everything better. It's true. I mean, that's my only thing is like, what's the point of driving a high revving engine car if I can't even rev it? Alright, so Callum, when I pass, whoa, what should I say? Viva la movie. We'll probably catch up to him here in a little bit. Say, did man want to play some COD? What is COD? I don't want to play COD. Or I mean, everybody kills you guys. Woot! Are you guys gonna go pro? Woo! Callum says he owns you in COD. Broke a little too late there. So we got some of that time back with that corner. I'm sure they got an over 60s league for you, Callum. mean, let's be honest. It's so easy. In Black Ops, what is it? Blackout or Black Ops? You say? I mean, come on, bro. Like, a 50-year-old trying to hang out with like 21-year-olds is a little sad, though. A Blackout is like consoles Counter-Strike. Oh, okay. Like, the last time I played any first-person shooter, like, you know, against other people, I want to say was Battlefield 3. No, I take that back. I mean, it was Destiny 2. That was the last time I really played like multiplayer FPSs. Then I kind of quit because for the longest time, like, there was a lot of cheaters in Destiny 2, and I just kind of stopped playing FPSs. I've been kind of thinking about wanting to go back to Destiny 2 but I heard that they've gotten rid of a lot of the stories and everything that really made it great, and I'm like, they've kind of butchered it. They made it too vanilla. Yeah, I've heard like they made it a little too microtransaction-y, and I'm like, so I haven't really gone back to it. Because I've wanted to go back to it to play the story, because I really enjoyed the story. But you can't even do that anymore. Well, I enjoyed Destiny for the fact that it was an FPS, and it was trying to do something different. Like, you could do raids, you could do, like, blitzes together, it had a lot of different things you could do, that you really couldn't do in a lot of other first-person shooters. Like, I really enjoyed the raid system in it. Yeah, like, no, I really enjoyed it. It had a lot of different things, the stories, the raid mechanics that were in it. I didn't like the fact that a lot of the loot was very RNG based. Nowadays, I just don't really have time, man. That's my problem now, is I just don't really have a lot of time to play games. That and the motivation, too. Yeah, I've heard really good things about Helldivers too, man. I've heard a lot of good things about it. It's just time. Like, I just don't really have the time. Yeah, I think for me, man, like what's turned me off to a lot of gaming, I'll say, is either games come out broken, or not what they're supposed to be. Oh, come on. Yeah, exactly, Kyle. And this really turned me off to a lot of games nowadays. Like, if you're gonna release a game that you know is gonna need work, like, release it early access, let people know, but don't just sit there and release a game and say, oh, the game's out, but then it's gonna need a lot of patches and things like that. Yeah, exactly, Kyle. Well, yeah, why pay for beta testers when you can just get the consumers to buy it and test it for you? I mean, right? It's a fair enough deal. I mean, we know that. We all know that. I mean, it's the same with, like, yeah, I need The Sims. Like if most of the time, like me and Sean have to go and buy the sims, so we usually just pre-order them so we can get it, you know, get a review done. Like that's the only time I buy, pre-order anything like that nowadays, man. Because I won't say, like, we tried to get one game for review purposes, and they wanted to actually, like, they wanted to connect one of their bots to look at our YouTube analytics. Yeah, like, they wanted to connect one of their bots to our YouTube account. So they can take a, well, from what they say is like, we just want to look at the analytics, but you don't know what those people are doing. Like, we're getting to that point now. Like, so if all these companies are going to start doing something like that, we're just going to buy everything and then review it that way. I think I'm getting to the end of what I can do anymore, man. Yeah, I'm just making mistakes after mistakes now. So I'm gonna boxer this lap and call it a day. I tried. I got a lot of smoke coming out of the back, though.
Right here.
Oh. Yeah. I've got a mixed feelings on that, Joa. I'm gonna keep it myself, though. Ooh, I think I'm gonna call it, here. Yeah, we've been practicing for over 2.5 hours. Now I'm starting to get to the point where I'm tired, I'm making mistakes, but
Go, go, go!
overall, we did good. We got down into the 141s a couple times, so I'm happy with that. Hopefully, we can carry that into the race. Yeah. Yeah. So it was good fun. We did pretty good on that part. Yeah. Now we just got to get a little bit more practice in before Sunday's race. And I mean, I already saw Simon did a 140, but I don't know if that was a 140 like he was doing qualifying or not. So, Yeah, I mean, I think what is it? And I was watching too. Misha Chardaroon. He ended up he got a new simulator from Novus, and they put in the Simucube brake pedal in it. I tried it at the expo. It was good. Uh, you know, but is it, you know, worth the money for it? I don't know. If you make a lot of money, have a lot of money to spend, sure, why not? But you could easily get the same kind of feedback out of the Sim Magic haptics. So I don't know. Yeah, so like if you've got like a hole burning in your pocket, you've got thousands of, you know, dollars sitting in your pocket doing nothing, go out and grab him. If not, then, you know, any load cell pedal is going to be good enough for you to do what you need to do in sim racing. I mean, I mean, for the longest time, you had esporters using, you know, G27s, and they were winning races, you know, against people that had like, you know, thousands and $1,000 setups. So all that kind of gear is going to do is enhance the immersion. It's not going to make you better when you get into that point. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, that's it for me. So yeah, I ended up doing, like I said, doing a 141, which is good for me. Which is what some of the other websites I was looking at said that those are like the lap times you want to be looking at. Didn't do any qualifying runs. Like I'm a terrible qualifier. But yeah, we just gotta practice that later on. And then yeah, we had some good discussions here talking about, you know, Fanatec. We talked about MSG. We talked about a little bit about DD, force feedback, all that sort of stuff, motion. So I'm gonna do that. I'm probably like on Thursdays, like every Thursday. I'll come out, stream. We'll sit and chat while we race, practice, play some games. It won't always be iRacing practice. We'll probably do some other things, like might do some other games or other things like that. Just sit back and chill and have discussions and chats, and, you know, try to convert fanboys into normal people. But yeah, other than that, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching. And on that note, I'm gonna head off and get ready for bed. So I hope you guys have a great night, a great day from wherever you are. That's gonna be a while, Callum. I'll save up for a hot tub, but it probably won't be for a while. But yeah, guys, I hope you have a good night, have a great day, and other than that, I hope you guys have fun racing, and I'll catch you all later. Bye.